Absolutely.
Let's go. Absolutely crazy.
How are y'all doing? By the way,
Absolutely nuts.
Tony, you got like a trippy mushroom shirt on. Whoa.
Yeah, I got this over the holiday season. It's a nice little fungi shirt. And yeah, it's one of my new favorites.
It's a little fungus shirt.
Make sure to head over to the YouTube if you want to see it. Those of you that aren't watching.
Got a nice little shirt.
That's how we get people over, dude.
Yeah, dude, wear the trippy shirt.
You gotta see my Tony shirt.
You gotta supply Vigi Stimmy on the garments, you know?
You gotta see my Tony shirt.
That's what drives traffic. That's what drives YouTube traffic.
I don't like traffic. Traffic
this is the good kind of traffic.
No, they're all bad.
Yeah. Vigi
They're
Stimmy
all
fuel
bad.
traffic.
Yeah. It's we're all traffic.
I guess I'll edit this Sunday. That's what hit me right as we started recording is like, I'll probably have to edit this Sunday, and I also have to meet. I have a meeting, I think, Sunday. So hopefully after this barbecue I'm going to today, I'm not too like hungover to do all that.
I have a business.
It can always come out like a day late, you know? It's not like it can always come out like a day late. It's not like
it can always come out a day late. That's
certainly
never
come out
a problem.
it's come out like you know
on Thursday,
not a whole week late, but like 3 or 4 days late before. It's not been that.
It's come out on Thursday before. I think
you've fallen short many times before.
it wouldn't be your first time failing us.
It wouldn't be. God damn.
Yeah.
Young Palpatine.
Absolute. Yeah.
Young Galvanus.
Palpatine's the feast.
Yeah, man. Well, honestly, we need to tell Max about the YouTube channel that we found that talks
I don't know if
about
Max
Star
really
Wars.
gives a shit about Star Wars like that. So you may
I
not
don't
care,
either.
but
like, I'm not even that big of a Star Wars fan, and like.
Okay.
As compared to some people.
I disagree with that statement, but continue.
Wait, which statement?
I'm not that
the only statement you've made.
Do you think?
Which statement?
You think I'm a big Star Wars fan?
I'm more so than a lot of people. Yes, like the average person on the street, you probably know more about Star Wars than they do.
I would say I know more about it, but like as far as like Star Wars in general, like it's like absolute apathy at this point. Like I don't care about it. Like right. I mean, I like the original trilogy and you know the cartoon, you know, some of the early cartoons, but like I don't, you know, I mean,
Tell me
I
about
like
this YouTube channel.
I dropped off Young Bobers after 10 minutes.
Bobers.
You know, I'm never gonna. I have no desire to watch Mandalorian again. It was okay. I don't know. I don't know.
I used to be
I don't
a
play any of the
hardcore.
games. I don't know. I feel like I'm not a Star Wars fan at all. Like I'm a huge Marvel like comics fan.
Shut up! You are a Star Wars fan.
I like the prequels, but
Okay,
I don't know.
but
Like,
bro,
I just like lumping
the
everyone
Clone
that likes
Wars, Republic Commando. You've watched Mandalorian, Book of Bobers.
I watched 10 minutes of Bobers and dropped
Bobers.
off. Like
you watched Mandalorian.
Yeah, I know, and I
you've seen every movie.
I've heard, yeah. So
you're about as big of a fan.
So I wouldn't say I'm a fan. You know, like I don't know. I feel we're lumping everyone together here. Whereas, like, it's like, yeah, I like stuff I like some things that happened 20 to 50 years ago.
20 to 50 years ago.
That's my point. Is just like like, okay, let's not count what Star Wars is now, and then what Star Wars was canonically for 50 years. You were a fan of that, and you know a good amount about that, correct?
I guess so.
It's true.
Okay.
And also, he loved the Clone Wars animated series like me.
I just mean like...
what is his name?
You take a regular dude.
Genny Tartakovsky. It's not your main thing. That is a true statement.
That is my point.
Well, because like I didn't... There was like a... What was the big game that came out?
Fallen Order.
Republic Commando?
No. Where you play as the Jedi.
Yeah. Are you about to say I didn't get that game, so I'm not a Star Wars fan?
No, I just didn't care about. Like I didn't care to play that. I didn't care to play any of the new Battlefields.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, you can
let's
still.
Say I haven't been invested in the Star Wars brand for.
Tony, let me just clarify that calling you a Star Wars fan is not a derogatory term. Like that's not.
It feels that way. Maybe that's the thing.
That's not what I'm getting. No, what I'm saying is Star Wars is it is a very big thing. Yes, but if you take a random person and you ask them, like, "Hey, who directed the Clone Wars animated series from the early 2000s?" They would not know.
Like if I went to you, Tony, and I said, "Who is Kit Fisto?" You would know who that is.
I would recognize that character. Yeah.
Yes. Correct.
But the reason we're even talking about this is because we found a YouTube channel of a guy who gets Star Wars, the originals and the prequels, so fucking well and why they're good, and makes video essays on them. And they're not only just good essays on Star Wars, but they're good essays on fucking just writing and characters and shit.
That's exactly the barometer I was looking for. You are enough of a fan to where you would watch that and enjoy it.
Where I can, yeah.
As we watch it together, all three of us are.
I think they give anyone a huge appreciation for the, or can help give anyone a huge appreciation for the original trilogy, and they make and the prequels, and they make those movies look better in retrospect after kind of comparing them to the new movies. Because they were made by like a filmmaker versus a corporation, and it's just like so distinct, and Connor was saying it when we were talking. He was like, this is like Lucas's untainted vision, so even the cringy dialogue and all that kind of stuff, it's normal for that, this is like his fantasy world.
No, it's great. There's multiple videos. There's one about why Palpatine's the best like villain in movie history. There's another one about why Luke Skywalker is important as a character. There's another one just
about the dialogue.
About the dialogue. There's one about there's a lot of them.
I watched one today that was about the
from Lord of the Rings.
Sort of like the writing, how it's completely linear, pretty much. Right. Where like one thing leads to the next, and there's nothing ever like comes out of nowhere. Whereas like, for example, in Force Awakens, like when they set off that when they use the Death Star planet or whatever, it blows up like, however many planets. And it shows a bunch of people you've never seen, you don't care about. Like nothing in the original ones is like it's like one thing is always leading to the next, or it doesn't come out of nowhere.
Doesn't have characters either. It's just like
there's no flashbacks or no flash forwards. It's literally just like, which, sometimes I complain about that stuff in other things, but like it was one of the things about the original trilogy and the prequels that made them distinct, which is like why
they would talk about the past, but they wouldn't show Luke Skywalker about to kill Ben.
That was the weirdest. That's why that was one of the most jarring scenes. It like felt. It's one of the things that made it not feel like a Star Wars movie.
The people who think Last Jedi is good, let me tell you something. I'm going to look right into the fucking camera. I'm talking here. Well, don't say that.
No, that's a bit much. Yeah, sorry.
Content warning. I mean, I wish I could say that more often, but it's not. It's not okay to say that.
Sorry, I'm still waking up, so the filter is not quite.
Let me just tell you something. If you think The Last Jedi is a good movie, you have literally no idea what makes a good fucking movie at all. Like you are hopelessly blind to qualify any film of any kind. If you like it, if you're like, it's really shitty, but I kind of like that it's shitty, then maybe that's a fair opinion.
Right, be like, the Vigi Stimmy is on deck. It's like,
there's some Vigi Stimmy moments in it. Sure. But that doesn't fucking matter at all to me.
No. And I won't, like I have no desire to even rewatch.
It's offensively stupidly written to me.
I don't have any desire to rewatch any of those three. I don't have any desire to rewatch Solo or the fucking
Solo.
Rogue One.
No, I'll never rewatch Solo.
Star Wars content.
I will never sit down still and watch Rogue One again. I might throw it on in the background. Same with Solo. Mm-hmm. The sequel trilogy, Force Awakens, maybe. But no desire to rewatch those. Maybe Rise of Skywalker, because there's some fun shit in that, and I like just how J.J. Abrams shoots the movies. But
we were talking about how he edited it together. One of his videos, I forget which. Oh, it was the anti-trilogy video.
Yeah,
right. The first one I showed you. Anti-trilogy. This guy's name was what is it, by the way? Uncivilized. Something? Is it just Uncivilized?
So Uncivilized, I think.
Uncivilized.
It's the line from episode 3.
He's got like 8 videos, and they're all just like A+ video essays on Star Wars, which is insane.
Yeah, they're great.
But yeah, he edited the Force Awakens, or like a video together about the sequel trilogy, and when they showed this sort of trailer, it kind of took me back to when I saw the first trailer for Star Wars.
The first Force Awakens trailer is
and it gave me like goosebumps, and I was like, man, because I remembered that was the last time Star Wars like made me feel something, like, you know.
I literally watched the second trailer for that where they had Leia's theme and would cry. I was so, I was so moved by it. Just and while like I was like, oh my god, Star Wars is back, and it totally was not.
Star Wars.
And I remember watching it in theaters by myself, and the guy sitting next to me at the end was just like, that was it. And like I knew about 10 minutes in that it was not a very good movie. I was just like, oh man, this is it's kind of like what I imagine Phantom Menace felt like for people seeing that. But
they made Han Solo a loser. They didn't reunite any of the original trilogy. They killed off Han in front of people he didn't know for no reason. It's
really more mid-wars. To be honest.
For sure. Yeah. It was definitely a mid-wars production.
Did you guys peep the song I sent you, by the way?
No, where'd you send it?
Oh my god. I wish y'all had, because that is literally my new personal life anthem.
No, I did.
The Tizo touchdown song. It's like, keep the meat off the streets. Keep the meat off the streets. Keep the meat. And it's got like this like doom metal, like it's fire.
Yeah, no, that was fire.
The song is called Mid by Tizo Touchdown. It's fantastic. I'm getting into Tizo Touchdown a bit. He's the guy with all the fucking nails in his hair.
Yeah. So that's like not just that video.
It's a guy.
No, he lives that life anywhere he goes.
He sleeps with nails in his hair.
Literally. He literally does. He wears a bonnet.
He's literally just Hellraiser.
What can I say, dog?
When you think about it.
How was your guys' weeks, by the way? Like, did you do anything cool?
It's just been busy, man.
It was an eventful week at work for me. Very tiring, but nothing like that. Nothing that like stressed me out in a negative way. Just like a lot of
shit to do.
Yeah. Very active.
Max, have you still been going hard recently?
Oh, you bet. Yeah, I mean, like
busy season.
I think I've had one evening off in the last 2.5 weeks. Otherwise, it's just been shows. I mean, in every context, it's been playing, working. I saw Baby Keem the other week. That shit was fucking sick. I don't know if
you ran the show or you just saw it?
I just saw it. I don't know if I mentioned that on the pod last week, but that was sick because I was working at the sister venue next door. And like right as my headliner started, I like had to wait like 2 songs to make sure their sound guy was good. And then I was like, all right, cool. I'm out. Like I'm fucking running next door to go watch Baby Keem. And that's some rock star shit, man. He played for like 45 minutes and then he fucking no encore dipped. He was like,
hell yeah.
Thanks. Peace.
Dude, his music probably goes off live.
Dude, his team fucking smashed it, man. Like his front of house guy, that was like he had one of the best vocal sounds live I think I'd ever heard. And then the fucking these 2 LED walls behind him, like kind of like in a triangle formation with like light towers, one in between and then one on either side. And then he had like lights behind the video wall because it was like a see-through video wall when it was off, so like you could shine lights through it.
Wow.
And it was just crazy. It was just so sick. They had lasers that like fucking like triangle fucking lasers.
Wow.
The shit was so dope. They had this one effect where like the fog machine, there's like a fog machine in the middle of all this, like directly behind him. And when they would like plume it, like just fucking just huge plume of haze, the video walls, they would play like a smoke video. So it would like expand and it would just like I don't know. I thought that shit was really cool.
Wild.
So it like made an illusion of just like, and I don't know, man. It was really cool.
That's dude. I'm telling you, like someone said Baby Keem's like nepotism because he's related to Kendrick, and it's like, dude,
Doesn't matter.
He's not allowed to succeed
because
he's related.
Right. It's like, dude, he is a fucking prodigy. His shit is the future. Like,
it's good.
He still has to be able
South
to do it.
Africa, it's fall in love. Like, he's fire, dude.
He's not like
new album is
Kendrick
crazy.
Lamar. He's like cherry vanilla Kendrick Lamar. You know, he's like,
right.
You know, he's not like
he's not Kendrick Lamar in any way.
No, but he has a voice that like he sounds related to him. You know, like his voice does sound like Kendrick in a way.
It's funny because when he came out, I was like, oh, this guy's doing like kind of like a post Kendrick sound, and I'm like, oh, he's related. That makes sense.
His cousin.
It's his buzzing.
Yeah, no, that's the only way that I can explain it to people who like aren't tapped in at all. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna go next door and watch Baby Keem. They're like, who the fuck is that? It's like, Kendrick Lamar's cousin.
It's your death.
Oh, okay.
It's your funeral because you're a dinosaur.
Yeah, because
you don't know
prehistoric
shit.
Fossil.
Dude, I saw my week was cool.
Fossil.
Fucking released the Jaded Form promo. That was Liddy to Titty. If y'all haven't seen it, check it out at Jaded Form on Twitter and Instagram. First episode's coming out very soon, possibly next week.
Very clean.
So
activity.
stay tuned. Yeah, it's fire. It's fire. First episode's funny as fuck too. A lot of funny moments.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And we talk about Yeet on it too.
Nice.
Which I'm excited for. But that was the thing I was going to mention.
Discussion.
Big. How do he does it? I mean, this bitch because I love it. But yeah, I've seen TikToks now of the Yeet shows that are now rolling out because he's on tour, and people are like, "Wow, he's so low energy," and it's like, I don't know, man. He's singing every word, so that's at least he's crossing that standard. He's at least reaching that bar.
I can't say facts because I haven't.
Go ahead, Tony. You said yeah in a super obviously skeptical way, so go ahead.
Well, I've never seen him live, so I know a lot of rappers like have a track playing, and like a lot of the times they're not.
Yeah, he for the most part looks like he's singing along with it. It's not, from what I've seen. But people in the comments are like, people in the comments are like, he's so low energy, he needs to do more. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's Yeet music. If it's Yeet, all he has to do is stand there and rap along with the music. You don't have to fucking jump around like Travis Scott, like dive in the crowd or anything like that. Like, he's just chilling.
No, for real.
Whatever he does is the new wave.
But the crowds have been going nutsack at his shows.
Oh,
it's like every single person in the fucking crowd has their phone out filming. Every single one. Like, it's wild.
Really dumb.
Two Alive tour posted 22 hours ago.
Because that's the thing that's been going on for over 10 years now, probably.
I guess. Played pretty for normal. 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm saying is one show he got there late and played for 15 minutes and left. People were like, he robbed Chicago. And it's like, apparently it was like a $20 ticket. It's like, all right, well.
It's like, all right.
It's like, it sucks, but he didn't rob you. He's not fucking Beyonce or something. It's not like $150.
Yeah, exactly. I will give him this, though. It's like, I will give the crowd this. Like, just fucking get there. Just fucking show up, bro.
Right.
Like, you're getting paid. Yeah. Like, for the amount he's getting paid, I would be pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know how much he's getting paid for that shit.
Yeah, a lot.
Because, he at least 5 figures. Lot. So it's just like, bro, just show up. Just show the fuck up. At least this early.
That I can't defend not showing
I'm not
up to your own fucking
I
show.
wouldn't be mad about it if he was obviously late. But, like, yeah, just show up, bro. Come on.
Just
Everyone
show up
else
to
can
your
do
show
it.
and sing your little songs. And that's all you need to do.
Yeah.
Sing your silly little songs.
Let's go. He's getting out there.
Silly little songs.
Sing your songs for young.
Soon you and Yeet and his rebel friends will be no more.
Well, that was my thing with Baby Keem was like the crowd kind of like really was only like half into it because it was like a split between people that really wanted to be there and people that just wanted to say that they went.
Dude, I feel like that's modern
kind of
times.
vibe.
Like, people fucking suck at shows.
For hip-hop,
at all. Well, yeah, hip hop. I mean, I can only say hip hop because I've probably only seen hip hop shows in the last while, but I think it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like people are fucking suck now because they don't know how to socialize, and seeing a show is like the only social experience they're having because we're in post COVID, and it's just like no one knows what they're just standing there like.
Yeah,
like that was what happened at the Jaded show. Like we came out and no one, and it was like, like it was just like everyone just like the reality is their phone. It doesn't require any reaction to what you're watching on your phone. And it's like when they get into like a fucking show, they think they're still on their fucking phone. They're just watching something on their phone live. Like it's it's kind of concerning.
But then that's why I gravitate towards saying that about hip hop, just because I think the thing that like points that out to me with hip hop specifically is it's just like stage diving is like people will straight up not catch you. Like, even if you're the artist. And I think that's like one of the dumbest things ever, because people are like, oh, like I'm fucking like, I didn't consent to that. And it's just like, okay, you're a pussy. Like,
you're at the show, you're in the front row, you better catch this motherfucker.
At a metal show, the rest of the crowd is your brethren.
Dude, at a fucking hardcore show, everyone's in the air. And it's like, because when you think, because like, if I'm being real, if you got a square area of 20, 30 people and one 200-pound maximum person jumps out, it's not that heavy. Really. It's really not that difficult. You just got to get off your fucking phone. Like you said, it's just like, pay attention, bro. It's not going to kill you.
I would love to just crowd surf knowing that I am not going to get caught and just knock people over. Just like, kill someone. But
no, that's how I felt when Posty fell at Pops. I was like, you motherfuckers didn't, he's a big guy, but come on. You didn't catch this motherfucker. I just hope he took out someone's phone when he did
we saw Post Malone at Pops in 2017.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was probably less than 1,000 people there.
Yeah, he stage dove and then fell. No one caught him.
And about 8 people got carried out of the
for dehydration.
From dehydration.
People are dumb, man. People are really dumb.
There's this. I know I sound like a fucking boomer, but this generation just like they don't have any social skills at all.
They don't think. They just don't really plan ahead. They don't think about like.
Up, man.
It's like
that's why I believe in like getting out of the stage and running into the crowd and forcing people to be engaged. Like that's what I fucking
yelling
think
in their face, being
like at the Jaded show. We got out there and everyone was like. So like Yodoy and I immediately jumped into the crowd and just started rushing through people and pushing them around and shit.
Yeah.
And then I started screaming.
Yeah, I think that's why I gravitate towards what I gravitate towards, because it's just like, shit's happening. So pay the fuck attention.
Well, and also like, you know, when you have like a subculture genre of music versus pop music, which like Yeet and Baby Keem would technically be pop music, even though it's hip hop. Like
they're in a different.
It's just people being like, yeah, I'm going to see popular artists, and they think they're just like too cool to even be there. And whereas like these subcultures, like of all kinds, like even in jazz, there's like probably shit. Like there's certain things you do and don't do at a jazz show. There's certain things you do and don't do at a metal show, at a hardcore show, at a punk show. Whatever show, like, and it's because there's like a culture and a history to that, and like this new music doesn't have anything. It has nothing.
No,
it has no principles or like in terms of like the fan thing. Like notice that how like every fucking subgenre there's like a subculture to it. Like techno and rave, like Plur, you know, peace, love, unity, respect. That's over there. House music has its own subculture. Hardcore music, all this music. Yeah. But this new wave of like it's hip hop and pop and like whatever. It's just like new music. There like we saw at the Travis Scott show. There's just nothing like. There's no code of conduct. There's no like community there because there's a bunch of people on the internet.
It's self-centered music. I mean, that's lyrically like, I mean,
and
when you just look at it in black and white, you know, it glorifies like materialism and, you know, you're broke, I'm not. Like
being better than the next person, maybe.
Yeah.
And this is why
broke people.
And I think even like boom bap hip hop shows, like underground hip hop, that has more culture and code of conduct and principles and more of a community. This shit where it's a bunch of 16-year-old white kids going to see a Yeet show.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about the person next to them. They don't give a shit.
And that's why I get fucking annoyed with like all these artists like co-opting, using like metal font, like the whole metal font fucking thing is big now. And it's just like, no, you don't get to do that if like you can't fucking, if your crowd can't handle a single push pit. Like that's just not how that works.
Like I even feel like, ironically, Playboi Carti has more of that. Because his fans are such diehards, they're probably already creating their own subculture of, you know what I mean? Of like, we're at a Carti show, we're gonna all be boys and fucking be friends, and we're gonna like go crazy and really go crazy over this music in a way that we wouldn't normally act, around other people. We're just gonna let our guts hang out. That's really the key to having a community like that, is like a certain trust where it's like, all right, I'm really gonna like let my demons out, let my gut hang, as it were.
Right.
And I feel like you go to some shows and it's just like, if it's internet-y, trendy shit, it's like people are too cool to be there. And I find that a repulsive fucking thing. I mean, honestly.
Like that's just what you get. Yeah.
I believe if you're at a comedy show, if you're at a music show, you are there to support the person you're watching. You're not there to receive a product so cynically. You know what I mean? You're there to like cheer them on, be engaged, respect them, Yeah. Now, if it's somebody who shows up 2 hours late and plays for 20 minutes like Yeet, like you can boo him. I don't give a shit. Like, because then clearly the artist doesn't give a fuck about you. But if the artist is making an attempt to put on a good show and you're giving them nothing, you're just like a fucking bad person. You're just like, you suck.
Yeah.
You're just like an immature fuck.
Because, and I'll always be like, hey, you want the crowd to respond? Be good. Like, absolutely. I'll always, that's always like the cardinal thing. But like at that level, if you're selling 1,000 tickets a night, people are there to see you. Right. And like, if you don't want to bring that energy to that concert in like, even in an underground context, because if you're playing an arena, like you're not going to get the whole fucking, you're not going to get 20,000 people jumping in the air. But like, if you're in a small club, like no one can appreciate that, I think is the thing. Is it's just like people are just like, but also I've seen it from the artist's perspective where like they'll play a small club and then like someone will crowd surf to stage and then jump off. And then they'll be like, where the fuck's security at? And it's just like, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. It's actually, you can't say the word rager and then get mad when like one person fucking crowd surfs or like stage dives. That's not a security issue. You're in a place called fucking Fubar. Like, if there's no barricade, expect a stage diver. Just plan for it at least once. That's all.
And I will say, like, I don't know what the Yeet crowd's like, but from the videos I'm watching, people are going off. Like, people are raging at his show. So hopefully that stays true. I just think like we need to build community more. We've had this conversation a lot on this, and I'll say it again, but like, Jaded's teaching me a lot of shit about like kind of what it takes to build something autonomous and from the ground up, and kind of how to operate in a way where everyone's kind of just putting it in because they're all going to reap some benefit from it. And, once Jaded's at a certain place, maybe in the future doing something like that with Woke and Boke. And like the thing that I want to just do with all of my art to a degree is like build community, build friendship and trust, and and not have that be walled off or gate kept necessarily. Obviously you want certain principles and certain codes of conduct and standards to be in place, but like we just need more of that. We need to get away from this, because that's what causes it. That's what causes people going to these shows and having no social skills, is they don't hang out with anybody.
Yeah.
They don't hang out with anybody. They don't have any friends. They have no community. And it's like we need to build that because, man, they are really trying to, it's like in that Tizo touchdown music video. He's like they're putting mid in the they're putting mid in the neighborhoods to make us like mid more, and it's like that's what this is. They're trying to make us live a mid life.
Yeah,
Is that a Corsair gaming chair, Tony? I didn't even realize that.
Absolutely,
it is. Yeah.
Damn, how much was that?
Like $280.
280. That's crazy. It looks like a sturdy ass chair.
Oh, it's nice. Yeah, I did a lot of research.
Hey, Tony, shut the fuck up real quick. I forgot something.
What did you forget?
Well, Tony, I forgot to introduce the podcast. Damn, we're already 31 minutes in.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Monday. Probably. If not, it's Tuesday. And if not, it's Wednesday. April 11th, 2022. Welcome to another episode of Woken Boke.
I think that
someone asked for someone asked for a louder boom, so it was actually my cock. It was my cock.
Yes.
Shout out my cock.
Absolutely.
Episode 134 to be exact. I am your host, at least one of them, Connor Boyd. You may know me from TikTok. You may know me from Twitter, Instagram, Jaded Forum, perhaps. Any number of things. DraftKings. Use the meme of me standing on top of the hotel bed recently on Twitter. That was crazy. You may know me from that. But I am, as always, joined by my best friends from the great gateway to the West, St. Louis, Missouri. First, we got the man in pink, one in the stink, Max Sansa. Chilling with us, our local live sound music expert. How you doing, Max?
What's good? What's up?
Just, chilling.
Yo, me too.
Trying to stay mentally chill. That's really it. Also joining us. Got that Alexa. Got that Pro.
The Pro.
Also joining us is one of the thickest goobers that's ever graced the planet. The one, the only, Tony Harrup is here today. Tony, how the fuck are you, dude?
I'm well.
Nice.
I'm well. Charles Schwab.
Actually.
Listen, every week we get together to catch up on the latest and obviously music for one. But movies, video games, current events, perhaps, maybe comic books or graphic novels, anime, manga, who knows? Anything we're into. It's also just an excuse for us to hang out as friends once a week. If you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, consider giving us a sub on YouTube so you don't miss a single episode. You can also join our Discord, which has a lot of people, 200 plus person Discord. Hey, that's not bad. And you can also follow us on Twitter at WokenBokePod and Instagram at WokenBokePodcast to get updates on the podcast every week. And you can reach out to our Gmail, WokenBokePodcast@gmail.com with your questions, comments, and suggestions. We will read them on the show, and links to all these are listed in the show description.
Absolutely.
Gentlemen, we're here. I would like to read these. We have two emails, actually.
Sure.
Oh, shit. Let's go.
I'll allow it.
So, it's fine by me.
I can agree with that.
I'll let that happen.
This one comes from Shelly. This is a subject line says new mom listener, which is very interesting.
I have a mom.
I have a mom.
I've heard of those.
That's very interesting. I have a mom. It says, "Hi guys, driving with my son Jack. He's written to you in the past. From Cleveland, Ohio to Madison, Wisconsin. Wow, two of the most Midwest places probably in the world.
Savage.
Savage. I'm
savage.
I'm carnage. I'm traveling from Cleveland, Ohio to Madison, Wisconsin. Madison. You hear that?
Madison.
she says, yeah, where do you live? Madison, Wisconsin. She says, I'm pretty opening to listening to podcasts he recommends, which of course classifies me as a cool mom. Lol. First impression of your April 3rd episode, I felt like I was listening to three boys giggling and just shooting the shit. That's cool, but was hoping for some content. Then Connor got into describing his meditation practice. I've always struggled to get through the first 2 minutes of breathing meditating. So the way he talked about it has me reconsidering, especially because he touted its benefits in relieving stress. We all have stress in our lives, so cheers to you, Connor, for sharing what meditation does for you. I am curious as to how you have that much time to devote to it, though. I'll have to ask my son more questions about you guys, as well as listen to more podcasts to get a better feel for what consumes your days. It's very interrogative.
Yeah.
How do you have time for that? And why isn't there more content in your show? It's like, well, Shelly.
Why are you just enjoying yourself?
Yeah. What the fuck is wrong with you? What are you doing?
Why aren't you investing in topics?
She's going to write back like, hey, that's not what I said. That's not what I meant. No. I'm just killing Shelly. Shelly, we appreciate this letter. In the meantime, I found myself laughing at your banter, although I could do without all the fucking this or fucking that. But that's just me, a middle-aged mom. Well, you are handing over your opinions unsolicited, just like a middle-aged mom. I'll give you that. TIA, if you read this on your podcast, hope Jack isn't embarrassed by his mom's comments. I'm sure Jack is. Yeah, that's crazy. Cheers, Shelly.
Shout out, Shelly.
Shout out, Shelly Shadvice. Shelly Shadvice Shekin. That's her segment.
Shadvice?
Shelly Shadvice.
Thank you for the 3 points of advice. This other email just says injury as the subject.
All right.
Injury.
I hope you're alive.
You will be injured.
Are you not going to answer her? How do you have so much time?
Are you fucking serious, Tony?
Just how do you?
Did you really think I was going to answer that? How do I have so much? I mean, to respond to that, appreciate you listening. And how do I have so much time? Because I work from home.
There you go.
And yeah, and also if you get up before work, that gives you time.
But I feel like a lot of us like waste, just hours. Like just
the workday should be 3 to 4 hours long maximum.
Yeah.
If that. The workday should be 3 to 4 hours long maximum, if that. Anyways, this comes from John. Subject line is injury. Hello, brother and brethren too. Been catching up on pods and see how much you enjoy the emails. I don't know if me being family makes my fan. This is John.
This is my brother. Okay.
I don't know if me being family makes my fan mail more or less exciting, but nevertheless, here's a story. A simple late night return my girlfriend to her college dormitory. What? The way he phrased it, you got to look at this, Tony. Okay. A simple late night return my girlfriend to her college dormitory turned steamy, so we parked my car in a commuter lot. Wow. One thing leads to another until DPS, Department of Public Safety, pulls up. In the scramble and mayhem, I zipped my dick tip into my jeans.
Bro.
Perhaps one of the more painful experiences of my life. What's your worst injury? Curat ut valiatus, John. P.S. Once Tony hit me in the head with a baseball bat. Not that it was to my benefit, but I think I still turned out smarter. Well, that's true. You're definitely smarter than your brother, John. That's just very obvious. John, you got to slow down, man. I mean, it's never that serious that you got to zip your pants up into your dick tip. I mean, I've only heard of that. That's absurd. He did not draw blood. Yeah. John, we need a follow up on that. You might have to send us a little follow up info on how that went. Because
text.
Yeah, 1, holy shit, and 2, good God. So wow. I would also love to know what karate ut valiatus means.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's something fucked up, but probably not. That is crazy. What's my worst injury? Probably when I fucking fell backwards walking up the road on Halloween with Max and sprained my wrist. That's probably my worst injury. Knock on wood.
That's not too bad.
Max remembers that. We were dressed up like Slipknot that year.
I do.
And then your dad was like, I know you need that wrist for sure. I was 13 once.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, you could have. I didn't even remember that. I just, good God.
Well, it's what my
shit was so gross. But
my dad isn't that creepy.
No, Max's dad is very chill, and it was funny in the moment, and that's why your dad is chill, because he'll say some shit like that to us, which is very bro-y and like camaraderie building. So I love your dad. But
what about you, Max? What's your most painful bit?
Damn. I don't know. Ooh, I got my fucking fingers. I put my fingers through a door hinge for no fucking reason. And then the door started to close on them.
Yeah, that'll teach you.
That was awesome. Oh, I was drumming one day and I got really mad because I couldn't figure this part out. So I just started hitting way harder and I missed a cymbal at one point. And I tore open this part of my knuckle. Like there's still a scar there. Kind of. You can see it.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah,
damn, my hands is dry as fuck.
It was just from here to here, like just ripped across, just straight up, just
That's
open.
yummy.
It was wild. Yeah, it was bad. But I did that. Yummy. I got stitches.
So are we talking about only like the worst physical pain, or can we do emotional pain?
I think it was injury was the question.
The craziest thing. This didn't actually like end up hurting that bad. But the craziest thing to happen to my dick was having a tick right inside the tip of it, like inside the hole.
You just got.
What is with your brother? You and your brother's dick tips that are so.
Yeah.
They just get into wild situations. We've tried to reel in, but
let me tell you something. My dick tips been in wild situations, wild scenarios. I got a tick on my dick.
I got a tick dick
at the tip of the dip.
Tip of the dip.
I got a tick on my dick on the tip of the dip.
Dick tip tip.
I had a dick tip tip.
Dick tip.
I had a dick tip tick one time. And let me tell you something. A dick tip tip. A dip tip tip. If you get a dip tip tip.
A tip tip.
A dick tip tip.
That was the biggest dick tip I've ever seen in my life.
Now, so my brother, he zipped his dick tip, but I got a dick tip tip.
That's a dick tip zip.
Dick tip zip. I got a dick tip tip.
I'm talking about a dick tip tip.
It's tick, tick, tick till your dick gets zipped. Especially if there's a tick.
If you're a baby, it's tick, tick, tick till your dick gets snipped. You know what I'm saying?
Your dick's going to get snipped. For Jesus Christ.
For Jesus.
John, I would be happy if you wrote us an email every episode, frankly. Thank you for that. Yeah. If you're listening. I think your brother does listen pretty religiously. So
I think he's streaky, you know?
He's streaky?
He's streaky. Like he'll, you know, like he'll listen to like several in a row, but then fall off, but then like catch up, you know? That's my guess.
I thought you meant like you try to wipe him off a surface and he just kind of leaves like a little
like
he leaves streaks in his underwear is what I meant.
Yeah. He's a bit streaky in his cheeky.
He's a streaky guy. Yeah.
His cheek's a little streaky. You know what I mean?
Got some streaks on his bum.
You've got some streaks on your pants. On your jumper.
Some stinky, smelly streaks.
Stinky, streaky.
You got stinky streaks in your pants.
Stinky,
streaky. There's stinky streaks.
You're a stinker streaker. A streaky stinker.
Streaky Stevens.
Yeah. A streaky Stevens.
That's like a alternate. That's like a multiversal variant of Gripple Stevens, is Streaky Stevens, and he's just a Gripple Stevens that has like streaks in his underwear.
Streaky Stevens?
Streaky Stevens might have to be a character.
Streaky Stevens, a variant, alternate in the omniverse of the GSV.
The omniverse. Speaking of multiverse,
I was about to
the fucking Doctor Strange movie comes out soon. Also that Everything Everywhere All at Once.
That's getting really good reviews.
I want to see it.
Yeah.
George called it Reddit magic realism. The people that some people might be overhyping it. He hasn't seen it, but he was saying that's what he's getting from like the people who like it, very like kind of like pop movie fan vibes.
Yeah.
I think it could still be pretty good.
Like what other movies would
I don't think it'll be earth shattering.
Just fucking dorks liking it. Just people who are like, oh, sick. Like
soy soy joyers.
Gotcha.
Just like IMDb top 250 enjoyers.
Ensoyment. I get ensoyment out of this.
I remember someone on fucking TikTok was like, I'm watching the IMDb top 100 movies, day 5. And I was like, I made a TikTok being like, you need to go look up the Sight and Sound best world cinema list of all time and watch that. Do not waste your time on a bunch of movies that are on Netflix or on TV 24/7. Like,
watch Mojo the Person.
You will watch them just by happening to come across them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, enrich yourself artistically. Watch something fucking that is not typical, that maybe challenges you somewhat. Yeah. But
like the Gripple Stevens.
I feel like that Bang just fucking like got me anxious again. It's fucking annoying, but
Bang energy. Chilling. I had one. I finally found the hibiscus. Been waiting for that.
The hibiscus.
I've been wanting the hibiscus flavored drink.
Dude, every time I hit an energy drink, I have an anxiety wave. I'm like really jacked, and then like I have like it's kind of like a bell curve.
Well, that's the problem with Bang is it's like 300 mg off rip. So I'm finding the 200 tier, like C4 is better, but all these have like cancerous fucking ingredients.
I also never finish them. Like I'll always drink like half a Ghost. Like I'll never make it through the whole thing unless it's the only thing I'm drinking that day. If I've already had coffee, I'll only drink like half of it.
Yeah. My boss has recommended just using caffeine pills, and I've considered this, but
those do work. Those do work. Yeah.
I just remember like
I've never tried them, but I know
a childhood
just
friend
drinking
of mine,
water in that. Sorry, what?
I just remember a childhood friend of mine just crushing caffeine pills, not literally crushing them, but just like. Just being so fucking wired that he was like, yeah, dude, I took caffeine pills. I'm like, you're 14. What the fuck are you doing?
Gotta be careful with those.
Yeah, seriously. You give yourself arrhythmia. Jesus. But
I just feel like I build up a tolerance to them pretty easy. But maybe,
I think my main worry comes from the fact that I'm fucking broke as shit right now. I need to fucking get out of the red, so to speak. At least I don't have any debt. That's the one nice thing. I don't have any debt.
Broke financially, broke spiritually.
Mentally. No, I'm very rich spiritually.
Yeah.
Very rich.
Very rich. You guys had liquid death? You tried that?
No.
The water?
Yeah. I saw a video of a homeboy who's like, this is a very good water, actually.
The water spot. Yeah,
the water guy. He was just like, this is actually very good water. So I'm just like, okay, maybe this is good. This is a good thing.
I'm so conflicted now because like I saw another guy who's like a doctor pour liquid death into a cup and drop like pH reagents into it to see how the pH levels, and it was like super acidic for some reason.
Ooh.
That's so weird. I'm like,
that's weird.
I don't know what the fuck, I don't know what the fuck's up with that. But
let me type. Is liquid death good? Reddit.
Yeah. Is it good for you?
Not good for you, but like, is it gonna kill me? Is kind of where I want to lead.
While you're looking that up, Tony, do you have anything to report about Moon Knight? Did you watch that? Is it mid?
Moon Knight? Yeah, no, I did. I watched episode 1 last night, and I watched episode 2 today.
Is it midnight?
It is. I don't want to say it's mid, cause I don't know. It's all contextual, like in the context of everything Marvel's put on Disney Plus. I would say so far it's the most interesting after like WandaVision, how that started, just because that had such a unique premise to it. But it's still got that kind of thing where like, so basically it's like Moon Knight is this guy that has multiple personalities, right? Like that's what the character is. Or like he has a multiple personality disorder, and he's basically like stuck in being the avatar for like this Egyptian god who's like the god that has like a big skull, like bird head named Khonshu. So it's a pretty cool concept, but like the main, you know, personality, the guy that it actually is in the comics is Mark Spector, and he's like this like black ops agent that does all this badass shit. And in a mission, that's how he gets sucked into becoming Moon Knight. But in this show, they're like, let's take one of the personalities that he had, Stephen Grant, who I guess, you know, I don't know what his job was in the comics, but in this, he's just a gift shop owner, and he's like got this like really timid British accent. He's like, "Hey, what's going on? I thought no, it was."
Oscar Isaac has a British accent in this.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, my name's Stephen Grant. I don't know what's going on. I thought his voice is in my head," and he's like, he's like reacting to these incredibly horrifying, like terrifying things that are happening to him, like very like casually. And I don't know. I just it does lean into some like horror elements, and I just wish that they would like run with that or be able to, but they can't. You know, and they have to keep it very linear.
Style. Yeah,
it's very, you know, yeah. There's some stuff about it I like though. Like Khonshu is like this. He sees the Khonshu, the god, just standing there, but he's the only one that sees it. And it's kind of funny. What's wrong, Max?
Yeah, Max, what do you have to report?
Liquid Death doesn't even have caffeine in it, bro. What the fuck? I thought that was the whole point. It's literally just sparkling water.
No, it's just water.
No, it's just water.
I thought that had caffeine in it. That would have been sick. That would have made so much more sense.
So the whole branding thing is that you can like drink water in a cool looking can that looks like a fucking beer.
That's so fucking stupid. I mean,
yeah, no,
not for people that use it to recover, but you know, but like, damn, I thought it had. I don't know, man. That would have made so much more sense. Anyway.
What are you going to do?
That's my report. Continue, fellas. Sorry. I'm not like, bummed now.
Liquid Death water has no caffeine in it. What the fuck?
I thought that was an energy drink. I thought that was the whole thing. It's like, hey, it's an energy drink, but it's water. So it's just like a little bit. It's just.
That's actually a good idea. Like if you can just have water that just tastes like water.
That's why I thought it was that. Because that's a great idea.
Call it liquid breath. It just saves you coffee breath.
Ethan Hawke is in this show.
Okay,
he has a weird haircut in it, and he is the bad guy, I guess. And I don't know. He's okay so far. Mm-hmm. He's like. His whole thing is like he's trying to he worships another god now. He used to be the old Moon Knight, and now he's trying to raise a god that like Khonshu is basically vengeance.
Classic.
He kills people that have done bad, but innocent people have to get hurt first. Whereas Ahmed, the god that he worships, pulls evil out from the roots or whatever and kills evil before it happens. And he was
something
like saying
tells
that
me
to
that
Oscar Isaac. He's like, Ahmed pulls evil out from the roots and stops evil before it even has a chance to exist. That's why we must resurrect her. And Oscar Isaac's like, that's a bit dodgy, isn't it? You know, he's just, let's just. I'm just like, this is such a weird.
I guarantee you, a Black Knight is going to come into this show because
what's
they set that up in Eternals.
Yeah, Kit Harington.
Yeah, Kit Harington's like Black Knight, and that also takes place in London. So if this is also foggy fucking London town, I believe they're both going to be together.
I mean, the Moon
Apparently
Knight.
He's in Love and Thunder, maybe.
The action scene was cool. Or the action scenes were cool. The little bit that I saw, I mean, I don't know. It was fun. Oscar Isaac was like entertaining. It was just, I just wish they could fully lean into like a horror tone or something. And do something that kind of isn't so linear.
Yeah, man.
But you know, they're never going to do that. The CGI was a little Middingshire, Reginald Middingshire IV, to be quite frank.
Right.
But to be expected.
Marvel Middingshire the Ninth. Yep.
I'll keep watching it though. It wasn't. It was definitely like good enough to keep watching, I think. So that's all I can ask for, I guess. Whereas Bobers, it's like young Bobers, I was out.
I was cash.
I mean, yeah, man, it's pretty tough for me to even finish Mandalorian, let alone young Bobershire the Ninth.
Yes. Young Boble Stork.
See, I don't know. It's just like I wish they could be like DC and make a Moon Knight show like they did with Peacemaker, where it's like people actually get their fucking heads blown off and shit, and it just feels like there's more stakes. Whereas this is like clearly going to have to be a little more tame because it's Disney Plus.
Yep, that's how you get mid, folks. Keep the mid off the streets.
What is it? Discovery and Warner are merging. So it's going to be like Discovery Plus mixing with HBO, et cetera. It's all going to be one thing, but the CEO of Discovery is going to be the head of that, and he's going to fire apparently everyone that had to deal with the DC EU so far, like all the movies they've done. He's like, yeah, you botched it so bad.
Yeah, we give you a million chances, and every single one of them was bad.
Yeah, so I don't
literally Suicide Squad, both Justice League movies,
Batman vs Superman.
Well, I guess one Justice League movie, Batman v Superman. Man of Steel was good.
Wonder Woman was all right.
Did they make a sequel to Man of Steel even?
I don't think so.
It's Batman vs Superman.
That's what it was.
So midding Shire.
Aquaman was
fucking garbage.
Dude, I still remember.
Willem Dafoe played Captain whatever, played Nemo, whatever.
Right. What a waste.
Played Dory.
He could have been something so cool in DC. No, dude, I remember standing in the parking lot after we saw that movie over Christmas break one year.
And we just
we were just like talking about the plot, and you were like, Jason Momoa, the crustaceans are at war with the whatever.
The crustaceans. Oh yeah, I folded your ass saying that. It's like the crustaceans are at war with the
crustaceans are invading Atlantis, and you need your help, Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa. The crustaceans.
Jason Momo.
Oh, Jason Momo.
That's what the crusty Momo.
That sent me first, and then you said crustacean, and it was game over.
The crustaceans are invading Atlantis. Just pitching the movie like, we decided to bring back one of the great enemy classes of Aquaman, the crustaceans. And the crustacean leader, King Lobsteritis, is going to... King Lobsterstein is going to invade Atlantis. King Lobster.
Meeting Shire the Fourth, though, the DCEU till now.
Yeah. I watched Encanto and Seeing Red, and both of those were okay. They're both kind of like the same message. It's like...
Turning Red, yeah.
Like, it's like feeling like you're never good enough for your family and like loyalty to your family and stuff like that. But then they end with like it's like both have very redemptive endings, but they're kind of anticlimactic. There's not like a villain in either. It's just kind of like vibes. It's just kind of like, no, but like you like, but I love you. That's like the resolution of both movies. It's like, but we love each other, Mom. And yeah,
it's kind of like the new thing where it's like they don't want to really have like a villain, you know. They're like, oh, let's turn Loki into a hero. Let's make sure every villain is actually redeemable, and they're like, really,
they're friends.
Yeah,
they're friends.
Except for Thanos. That's why Thanos rules, because he's a fucking genocidist, insane demon man.
Fist.
He's actually bad, is what I'm trying to say. He's actually bad.
Right.
And he's effective at being bad. And he's smart.
Bad guy.
Powerful. But yeah, they were both good. Encanto, I could definitely see us watching next Christmas, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
100%. And Seeing Red also, really cool character design. I'm sorry, Turning Red. You're right. Not Seeing
Red sounds very violent.
Get it right. What the fuck?
Yeah, she just goes around murdering people. But Turning Red was cool. It was like, it takes place in Toronto in 2002. and this Chinese Canadian girl is turning 13, and like when she gets to be of age to be a woman in her family, every person has a thing where they turn into a panda when they get emotional, a red panda. And there's a ceremony that has to take place to like basically get rid of that. And yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's a cool looking movie. The modern Disney animation is insane because it's cartoon style, but it's hyper realistic special effects, graphics, computer generated graphics.
The texture of everything,
dude. It's hyper 4K fucking real, but like cartoon style. So it's wild. But they're both visually stimulating movies. But yeah, man, I will probably talk about those more next week, but I'm fried.
Yeah.
Poisonally. But we appreciate y'all tuning in, watching as usual. We'll see you next week. Is there anything y'all want to say before we go?
Nah, that's a good ep.
Good ep.
Nice ripper.
Yeah, I think 420 is next week. So that's cool.
Is it really? No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's not this week. It's the week after, though.
Oh, yeah. I was like, it's not.
Or like 2 weeks after, but.
It's 11 days.
420 is on the way.
It's 4-9 right now.
420 OTW.
Yeah. But anyways, we love y'all. Send us an email. Follow us. Sub us on YouTube if you haven't already. And we'll talk to you next week, mate. Welcome, Boke forever, motherfucker. Peace the fuck out.
Peace.